and welcome to another episode of Dose and a Half Cincos. This is episode number 123, or 123. But before we get into it, as always, I'm your host, David.
And I'm Stuart. I can't think of anything.
All right, Ben, go ahead, start us off since you're so late.
What do you mean I'm on time? We're all here, aren't we? We're all on time. We're all
This was supposed to go off 13 minutes ago. You have wasted our film.
wasted our film.
You waste all our film.
You waste all our time. All right, Ben, what else did you see this week besides Independence Day for the first time ever?
Well,
That can't be true.
I have never seen Independence Day in my life until today.
Oh my god.
I saw Independence Day Resurgence.
Why would you do this?
This is the last episode of Dose and a Half Cincos. We are opening auditions for another Cinco because Ben is just a failure.
Yeah, I saw the worst one. I saw the worst part.
Well, I mean, I feel like this was like one of the first things we said to each other. You know, it was like Independence Day shit. You know, like that. Well, we'll get into that later. But
You had so much time to learn about Independence Day. I mean, the first time I got introduced to Ben was, what year did we go to EVO? Was that 2012?
2011, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
No.
and Sean was spouting out like Independence Day lines the entire time.
Yeah.
So the whole
You
time
had
Ben's just like, yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You were a liar from the beginning. Up
Oh
until
my
this year,
God.
I had always believed that you had probably done your due diligence and gotten,
I have.
your things sorted out and
It
gotten.
only
a chance
took
to see it.
10 years.
Yeah.
Anyways, I decided to watch. Well, I didn't decide to watch. It was forced onto me. This movie. You may have heard this movie before. The Legend of Ricky O. Is that what it's called?
What?
Nope. I haven't heard of that.
Okay. Well, Bowie has graciously chosen that movie as the week's movie for our group, and that was probably the most gore-tastic movie I have ever seen in my life.
Story of Ricky?
What is it?
Ballad
Ricky
of
O, the
Ricky
story
Bobby?
of Ricky, 1991.
Yeah, that
Ricky
one.
O? Okay.
Yeah, that one. It, man, I can't even exaggerate how gore-tastic that movie is. You know, there's just so much shit that happens in it for a 1991 movie. That was just like, wow, holy fucking shit.
Stu, stop me when you've heard this before. Ricky O, the story of Ricky, also known as The Story of Ricky, is a 1991 Hong Kong martial arts splatter film written and directed by so-and-so. The film is loosely based on Japanese manga of the same name. Why are we not surprised that this is what you guys were watching?
Hey, Bowie chose it. You know, we're just living in Bowie's world.
Yeah. It's Bowie's world. We just live in it.
Okay, continue, Ben.
And the synopsis of the film is that it is some sort of dystopian future, and for whatever reason in this dystopian future, everyone can perform just the most graphic, ultra-violent moves that have ever been graced on the screen. And it's amazing that this is literally the second movie that Bowie has chosen where this has exactly happened, where the dystopian future backdrop did not fucking matter to the story at all. This is the second fucking time. It's just like, oh yeah, the world's been nuked to shit, and you know there's only a few survivors, but they all could do really cool fucking martial arts and make everyone explode. You know, that's amazing. You know, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels.
That doesn't sound like it happens very often if you only have 2 nickels from that
It's
movie.
just strange that happened twice.
It was hyped up as a post-apocalyptic dystopian future society where none of that came into play at all.
I mean, what was it? There was a scene where, oh man, they went to they went to a lot of detail in this scene where they put this guy in a meat grinder And they
Whoa.
just like focused on it so much, of him just jamming him in the meat grinder, and then this close up of what I assume is just ground meat coming out of like an actual meat grinder, and they just kept going for that like that for like at least 2 minutes, because the guy didn't just go in one fluid motion. They really focused on the protagonist really just jamming this guy into the meat grinder.
My question is, it's also known to have extremely poor English dubbing.
Oh man, the
Which
English dubbing
version
was
did you
great.
guys watch?
The dub,
Cantonese or okay.
the dub was made it too. It was pretty great. And not only that, but it was even better because Bowie left the subtitles on, and the subtitles in no way matched what the fuck they were saying. And no, it gets even better. The subtitles all gave them like Chinese names or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the English dub, it was just shit like, "Hey, I'm Alan."
Wait, so what was translated when Mad Dragon / Zorro?
Oh,
Or
they
is
also called him Zorro.
Oh, so his
Because
name is Zorro, but in Chinese it's Mad Dragon.
okay, well, yeah, and
Wow.
yeah, there was some guys just named Alan and Brad and Chad and shit, and I'm pretty sure it was something completely different.
I mean, they could have just called him Ricky. I mean, that's
No, that's a main character's name. That's taken. That's
okay.
taken.
Ricky Tan?
Ricky
Midget in
Tan.
a bathrobe.
But yeah, that's what I decided to grace my whole week with. It was great.
It was a week-long movie.
Yeah, I couldn't stomach to see another form of media the whole week.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean,
All
it
right.
sounds like I haven't heard of this movie, but it sounds like my kind of movie.
You should check it out and let us know.
Okay.
Ricky O, the story of Ricky. Actually, I was reading some of the synopsis here. I'm like, okay, I could see that. It's pretty entertaining.
I mean, martial art. I mean, I don't the dystopian future part. I don't care, but if it's like
Who
a
said any of that?
martial arts,
I just heard martial arts kung fu
martial
movie
arts
with
with
lots of blood.
gore, that
Hey,
sounds pretty good.
I want to preface this with saying that the martial arts part is very, very light. It's more the gore.
It's more just fatalities.
It's more just like someone throwing a fist out and then bam,
I just saw a gif of that where it's like he punches a dude in the head and his head just gets cut in half.
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
So the kung fu is mostly just the platter that the gore is being.
It's the
served
vehicle
on.
for the
Yeah,
gore.
right.
No, the dystopian future is the,
No, that
is the
dystopian
vehicle.
future is the waiter that brings you the plate of kung fu.
Rich canvas on which the gore is splattered.
It's really the brush and the paint. Sorry. All right. What about you, Stu? What did you see this week besides Independence Day?
So I caught up on. I mean, it's only one episode to catch up on, but I caught up on. What's the show called? The Boys. And then, but I guess more of a investment to watch. I started watching The Terminal List on Amazon
Oh, is that the
with Chris
Chris
Pratt.
Pratt?
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts so far?
I like it. It's pretty good. It's like it's kind of like a Tom Clancy. I guess Tom Clancy did do a version of this in No Remorse, but the movie they made was dog shit. But it's kind of like a better version almost of the No Remorse movie
Right.
that they made. Or sorry, not No Remorse, Without Remorse. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a Tom Clancy / John Wick style movie.
Oh, okay.
So
or
not movie, but it's
scorned by his government.
Yeah,
and blah blah blah.
it's a series,
He's forced
but
to. Oh, gotcha.
kind of mixed in with like a little bit of whodunit kind of thing. So
Oh, okay. Well, I know that Amazon's really into the Tom Clancy. Like, how many of the Jack Ryan series did we get already off of Amazon
like
Prime?
3 or 4 seasons.
Right. So they kind of know what they're dipping their toes into so far.
But I guess along the lines of the Ricky O gore fest, splatter fest, whatever they called it. This movie has some pretty good. It's not like obviously it's not as going to be as much as the story of Ricky O, but it's got some pretty good graphic scenes in it, so that's good too.
Okay. All right. So let's just go ahead and jump over to our box office rundown really quickly. Number one, brand new to the box office is Minions: The Rise of Gru, worth $107 million. Why are you
Oh
that
wait, hang
excited
on.
about this?
Time out.
Woo!
Time out. Before we continue, I need to air something out here.
Here we
Okay.
David, why did you
What?
have a Minions phone cover for like 5 years?
I was a fan of the Despicable Me movies.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Minion Mondays, am I right? Let's go.
See, I thought that was the case, but I didn't want to believe it.
Wait,
So,
What do
why?
you
What's
mean you
wrong
thought it
with
was the
being a?
case? If he had that case on his phone the whole time, Stu. Of course it's the case.
Yeah.
oh, it's the case. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know. It's never appealed to me, and I never thought anyone would like it so much that they'd get a grown adult man would like it so much to get a phone cover.
Well, I appreciate that you say grown adult man, Stu. I've
Well,
heard
I'm starting,
that's such a graceful term.
I'm starting to question that now. But
Just hammer it in. Say grown.
I don't know. For me, I've
adult
always
man.
really adult man.
a cis Asian man.
I don't know. I've always enjoyed animated films, and it was one of those that I kind of liked. I liked the Minions; they were entertaining. I don't know really what to say.
Are you super thrilled about this?
I haven't
latest
seen
movie?
it. I'm probably interested in watching it, but will I go out of my way to go to the theater to watch it? Probably not. I'll wait till it hits Paramount Plus or whatever streaming platform they're supposed to have it on.
But you could wear your suit and go watch it,
You
David.
could strap on your old phone case again.
That would have to go on my really janky iPhone 4, I think.
It'll just be more of like a ceremonial. Like it won't actually be your phone, but
Hey, if there was a discount related to that, then hell yeah, we do. All right. Number two, the Top Gun Maverick with 25.8, bringing its grand total so far at $564 million. Number three, down from number one, Elvis with 18.4, bringing that to a very sad 66 million. Number four, Jurassic World Dominion, 332 million total. The Black Phone at number five. Number six, Lightyear. Number seven, Stu, you were asking how many more of these English British films. This is another one. Mr. Malcolm's List with $810,000. Number nine, Everything Everywhere All at Once. 551,000. Number nine, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. 412,000. Number 10, Jug Jug J-Ho. Yes, that is a Bollywood movie.
Nice.
Falling out of the top 10 is the Bob's Burger movie, and number 10 and number 15, The Bad Guys. That also fell out of the top 10. Comments, questions, concerns?
Okay, so did you all hear about the thing that happened with the Minions movie specifically?
No,
Like
what happened with the
something?
Minions movie?
Okay, so this is one of these rare instances. I don't know if it's happened in the past before. It might have, where theaters have been actively turning people away from the movie.
Why?
There has been a TikTok trend where, well, I feel that this generation just doesn't have their room yet, the room. And so people have been dressing up in suits and like pretty much like prom attire to go watch the Minions movie. And they have just been chucking shit at the screen.
I literally looked up TikTok Minions, and then an article from Fortune popped up, and there's a picture of like 10 guys, all clearly probably in high school, standing on an escalator, completely dressed to the nines. Here, I'll send this article to you guys. They're all have their hands clasped. Is this a thing? What? I don't get it. What are they throwing at the screen?
I don't know. They're Minion branded dildos. I don't know.
Okay, so apparently a week ago, Bill Hurst, a Australian team, made one of the first renditions of the Gentle Minions trend on TikTok that has now received over 35 million views. Okay.
That could be
Huh.
us. We could be dressing in suits and ties and getting turned away at the door.
Why would they turn you away for wearing a suit to a movie?
Because that probably means you're going to be chucking
It's
shit at the screen.
Man.
So
Let's see.
I missed my chance because now everyone is being turned away. So
Oh my gosh.
it was
Clips
good while
on
it lasted.
TikTok show some bee-suited moviegoers shouting at the screen, throwing bananas, and making minion sounds.
Oh God.
Okay. Thank you, TikTok. Wow. Okay. Clearly turning something that was supposed to be for like mostly for kids into the room experience.
Didn't you just say that you wanted to watch it?
Yeah. You know,
do I want to see this circus? No, I don't
you
want
know,
to be people throwing
I've
bananas
dunked
at
a
me.
lot on the Zoomer generation, but this gives me some hope. This restores some hope for them. If this is their room, I can appreciate that.
Well, they did. They are, I think, on track to break the record for best numbers for 4th of July release. That was originally set by Transformers: Dark of the Moon. I think the numbers
Not
are
a high
finally
bar to
all the way
clear, I
there.
imagine.
$115 million for that weekend. They were on pace to make 127 million, so they shouldn't have probably turned anybody away. They would have cleared that probably pretty easily, but they only got to 123.
Man, imagine
Total.
if the theaters didn't interfere with our plans.
Ben, were you planning on dressing up as a minion and dressing up as Gru and going to the theater with a bag full of bananas?
I wasn't dressing as Gru, but I had a yellow suit.
Now, David, you're familiar with the Minions extended universe. How are bananas like a thing in the
Yeah,
in the film?
they tend to eat, the little guys tend to eat a lot of bananas.
they
They
love
love
So that's like
bananas and
it's like the spoons then. Okay.
it's yeah, and it's also kind of like their in Psych they have the thing with the pineapple. It's
Right.
like their pineapple for them.
Okay.
It's bananas.
Okay.
Actually, it's funny. A lot of the ways that they talk. I was sitting next to Irene and we were watching we were just watching. I think it was watching the Dodgers and the commercial came up. I was like, that sounds a lot like Tagalog, and she goes, "It's close, but none of it's intelligible. It doesn't mean anything when you listen to them talking." So I don't know where they get that from. All right. So Stu, you did finish Stranger Things, correct?
I have not yet.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the things I've been meaning to finish.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking whether or not I want to save this for next week, or we could talk about it now. It's not. There's no spoilers in it, but the primary character 11, right, played by Millie Bobby Brown, has called out the Duffer Brothers for not killing off enough characters. Do you feel that is the case? Do you feel that's true? And do you feel like they need to?
Well, I feel like that's a little bit of a spoiler, but
No, as in like they were. She was talking about like they were wrapping film, and they were taking a group picture, and she's like, "There's not even enough room for like they're." She's talking about just killing people off in general. She said, and I quote, where is that at? Oh, the Duffer Brothers are two sensitive Sallys that don't want to kill anyone off.
That's what she said.
She did say that.
She said sensitive Sally's.
Yes, and then she said snap back to and then her co-star Noah Schnapp backed her up by stating that the makers need to have a massacre scene where they kill off half the main characters. Bobby Brown called out the Duffer Brothers for killing David Harper, only to bring him back. So you've already seen the first part of the beginning of this.
Wait,
season.
what? He dies?
Shut up.
What? I'm serious.
Wait, Ben, you've already seen it, haven't you?
Now I get to witness.
What the fuck, David?
Well, this is what happens when you're late to the show.
God damn it. Oh, okay. So if you say it, it's completely fine. But if I say something like that, it sounds like I said, hey, look, I'm going to be a Hitler for today or something. Is that it? Is that it, David?
It's better when it doesn't happen to me.
Well, I made sure Stu had, because you said before you didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, but I was going to continue watching it at some point. But now, you know what? Let's just
wait.
give
Where
it.
are you in this? Where are you in the TV show?
Like somewhere in season 3. I don't know.
Clearly not that far.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, clearly
not
not
where
enough. All right.
Hopper dies apparently.
Well,
But
you're
apparently he
help-
comes back,
you're
so I
welcome.
won't be heartbroken about it. Wow,
You
all right.
shouldn't be. Well, because
Yeah.
you were probably going to watch.
I'm not
through
gonna be
anyway.
heartbroken about anything anymore, David. I'm numb now.
Good, excellent. All right.
Built a cold shell
What?
around my soul.
Matt Duffer responded by saying that we are not, in fact, Game of Thrones, and that he said that she was hilarious. Pretty much that was it.
Yeah, I
He
think
says this is Hawkins, not Westeros.
I mean, I think you can split the difference. I think there was a part in the latest season where someone could have died,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that would have been really like a really like sharp moment of the series if they had. But then,
like a risky move that would have at
well,
least.
I'll just say something
off.
happens where someone's close to dying and then they don't.
I can kind of see her point, but the thing that I think is funny, I think is interesting, is that the star of the show, the one that you can't kill off technically, because that the show kind of revolves around this character, you're the one that's being outspoken about eliminating other people's jobs. That I'm not a fan of. Like, apparently I heard that she has some pretty like nasty interactions with like fans on the street and stuff like that. And we get it. People are very overzealous when they meet their favorite character, the actors who play their favorite characters and stuff like that. But I don't know. It just like, it kind of, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way about like her saying stuff like that, especially when when she knows that there's like no risk to her career being tarnished. Like, if her character were to be killed off tomorrow, she'd be fine because I'm sure she'd get more work. But like some of these guys who are like, 4th or 5th down the line, you kill off their character, they may not get another serious role for a long time. Like, why are you so adamant about ending somebody else's work?
It's what the story demands or needs, then it's not really. I wouldn't sacrifice a story to keep someone employed, like a actor employed. I mean, I'm sure that's their job. They're actors. They can get another gigs. I mean, it may not be another Stranger Things, but you can't just be on Stranger Things forever.
They're gonna probably have some type of spin-off. I mean, they're talking about like the age difference between when they first filmed season 1 to now. I mean, these kids are growing up so fast. Like, you can't keep saying, "Oh yeah, they're like 8 years old, 12 years old, or whatever." Like, these are full-on adults at this point.
Let's check in with our Stranger Things kids, and they're in college now. Oh, this is not as fun anymore.
It's like you gotta go back and play like you're like barely entering high school. It's like, nah, this person looks like they probably are about to accept their cap and gown from their
let's check in on Dustin at his 9 to 5 job. He's 35 now.
Well, I mean, they did that with It too, right? They fast forwarded 20 years.
That great. So
yeah, that's right. That's not a good comparison. Speaking of stories, Taika Waititi is back in the news again, just talking about Star Wars. Ben, I think there's a high possibility you may get what you want, a Jar Jar Binks movie.
I don't care. Is it a new Star Wars movie or something? Is it a new Star Wars TV show? Is it? Tell me, is it? Is it one of those two?
No, it's just a movie.
Oh, okay. I don't care. I don't care. It's fucking new Star Wars shit. Who the fuck cares?
What if it's a Jar Jar Binks series where it's centered around pod racing?
Go on.
Ben,
I feel like Ben right now is feeling very
I'm numb
right now. Numb because I am sorry. I did not realize that. I apologize, Ben.
You know what we should do? If we can get our foot in the door at Disney, is just be like, look, you've been shitting the bed these past few shows
with Star Wars.
What you got to do is let's just make like a Fast and Furious style pod racing.
Oh my god!
I think we got Ben back in the boat.
The Force.
Racing fuel.
Don't even focus on the Force or the Jedi and the Empire or whatever. All we're doing is the pod racing scene on some planet. Let's pick some other planet that's not Tatooine, though.
But that's such a rich vein. It's got desert.
That could be like one of the tracks, but it's not going to be the focus. Like,
That's where the championship has to be held, but I would really like to see them race on
Yeah.
Hoth.
Yeah, like you can have
Yeah,
the
that'd be sick.
championship at on Tatooine, but like let's focus on like some other planet where it's like illegal street pod racing.
Damn, like
Ooh.
Coruscant or some shit. That'd be
Yeah,
sick. Oh my
yeah,
god.
court. There you go, perfect. Yeah, see, there you go.
Dude, this could be like a 12-part like TV show where they do racer profiles for the first like 4 or 5 episodes, and then you follow their story as they eventually merge into the final race in the last episode.
There's got to be more than one race though.
Yeah.
And
just
then you
have
could
one
have
race.
season 2 would be a second race.
The whole, what is
We
this?
want to
Dragon Ball?
milk this thing. We need to make money here. They need to keep us on.
Yeah. By the way, Disney Star Wars, TM.
Oh yeah, right. If we see this, we're going to sue.
Yeah. July 6th, 2022, we coined this idea. This is
508. Right. Speaking of money, apparently according to the street.com, the Costco is raising prices on 2 of their items. It's not the hot dog and it's not the chicken.
Oh.
Chicken, I don't know if this matters to you guys or not, but the chicken bake has gone up from $2.99 to now $3.99. And
Just
then
said it wasn't the chicken.
It was no chicken, as in the rotisserie chicken.
Oh,
Do you guys like the chicken bake?
I mean, sometimes
it's fine. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I actually just
was
got
really
one
upset
the other day and was kind of reminded, like, oh yeah, this is just okay.
Yeah.
When did they get rid of the combo pizza?
Over the pandemic.
Oh, they got rid of the Supreme Pizza?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Wait, you didn't know that?
No, I never noticed.
Yeah. It's
I
gone.
know there's pepperoni and just cheese. And the other day I was going to order the combo and I was like, wait, have I just not noticed that it's
Is
been gone
nothing
this
sacred,
entire time?
COVID? God.
Yeah, so Costco is apparently committed to keeping rotisserie chicken $4.99 and the hot dog at $1.50.
I'd rather
That's
the
not gonna change.
rotisserie chicken go up and we still have the combo pizza.
If we adjust for inflation, that rotisserie chicken should probably be $8.42.
Yeah, I think if they increase the hot dog combo price, I think they'll burn.
Yeah.
Apparently, they are also increasing the cost of the refillable 20-ounce cup of soda. It went from 59 cents to 69 cents. But
Why
I don't
would you
know.
even. You're such
Exactly.
an idiot if you buy just the soda.
Who? I didn't even know that was an option. You could buy
like
separate.
I get a soda and they just hand you a hot dog. Also,
That's what I always thought was the case.
You know, I actually have bought hot dogs before, and while I was in line, a lady would, or the person in front of me, would just turn around and be like, "Hey, do you want the soda? I just want the hot dog."
And you're like, but I'm also buying the hot dog.
Yeah, so
and now I'm gonna have 2 sodas.
just keep passing it back.
Pay it forward.
If so, yeah, that's always the challenge because but I want 2 hot dogs, but I don't want 2 sodas. So
Just turn them into hot dog holders.
Actually, there was a guy I went to. There was a group of us back in college that went to a Dodger game together and went to the all-you-can-eat section. I'd never seen anybody do this. Instead of putting all the condiments on your hot dog and then wrapping it back up and going back to your seat, he just only liked ketchup apparently. So he took the all-you-can-drink cup, filled it with ketchup, and just went up to a seat and grabbed like 4 hot dogs, and he would just dip it in his. I was like, that's actually kind of genius.
Holy shit!
If you could somehow
wait. There's an all-you-can-eat section at
Dodger Stadium. You didn't know that?
Club.
No,
I've always wanted to go.
Oh my god, I love the Dodgers.
I love baseball.
So it's all you can eat hot dogs, I believe, nachos, soda, peanuts,
popcorn too, right?
I believe so.
I'll risk it. All right, let's fucking
but
go.
If they
there's a possibility Ben may die.
Yeah, it's worth it. Holy shit.
If he eats enough hot dogs, it'll cancel out the.
Yeah, it's called the Coca-Cola All-You-Can-Eat Right Field Pavilion over at
What the fuck?
Dude, they're losing money clearly. To try to make that a thing.
If you could,
Let's see.
Now, if you could just somehow fit those condiments into the cup in the same way that you have those jars of peanut butter and jelly, where one quadrant is ketchup or mustard and the other quadrant's relish. You know what I mean?
Yep, I see what you're saying. Kind of like the goober peanut butter and jelly jars. So at Dodger Stadium, you're talking about Dodger Dog, unlimited Dodger Dogs, nachos, peanuts, popcorn, soft drinks. Soft drink includes iced tea and water. Unfortunately, no ice cream, no churros,
Who cares?
no
It's hot
candy
dog.
Yeah, who
bar.
the fuck cares? When's the next game? When's baseball?
It's already happening.
Oh fuck! Where the fuck am I here?
I think they're
When's the next baseball scrimmage?
match. The next baseball match. God. Let me see when they play next. They play today at 7:00. All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Proverbial dust cloud.
Ben, I didn't tell you how it works yet.
Oh, Ben's gone.
All right, well, I guess we're never gonna hear a fresh perspective on how great Independence Day was.
I'll have to insert the car starting up and peeling out sound. That was
Ben,
the
I was
real
gonna
life-
say we could try to wrap this up quickly so we can get you out of here so you can make the first pitch.
With this traffic, are you fucking crazy?
that was
Dude,
the
unlimited Dodger Dogs.
that was the IRL Simpsons gag where they
Yeah.
footsteps out the door and the car peeling out.
Oh yeah, I need to go get something.
Where are you going? Garage? You mean your car? What do you call it?
Oh.
Car hold. All right, let's move over to our movie of the week this week. All right, Independence Day. Stu, kick us off.
All right. Well, in less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others around the world. You'll be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's a fate that today is 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win today, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday. As the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Woo, yeah.
Excellent.
Eagle 2, Fox 3.
All right, Ben, thoughts on Independence Day as a new person on the block?
Motherfucker, I've seen this movie a billion times.
You said that you've only seen it once.
I said I was kidding.
I didn't hear that part.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I also didn't hear that part.
I've seen this a billion times, and when I first met y'all when we're at Evo in the hotel rooms, I remember I was like, oh man, I don't know if I could talk to these guys. And I remember Sean was just blasted out of his mind. And he was just running down the hallway, yelling, yo, is this class bulletproof? I'm like, holy fuck, is he talking about Independence Day? Yeah. And we just like start fucking kneeling in the hallway going, no, sir.
And thus started the yearly tradition up until we stopped going to Vegas of having the security officers knock on our door at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, telling us to quiet down because Sean's being too loud.
Yep, that's a great tradition. But yeah, this movie, it's still really fucking good, man. Like every fucking year I see it, it's the same, you know. But it did remind me recently about how I had to sit through Independence Day Resurgence. Now
why did you have to sit through Independence Day Resurgence?
Well, because I don't know, it was like the second one, so it's like I gotta go see it, you know, gotta go see what if
Wasn't
it's
that
good.
in 2016?
It was, and it was a terrible 2016.
Still scarred by it today.
Oh my gosh!
It man, like just everything that made Independence Day good. They tried really hard to like just put it in a checklist and, you know, mark all the boxes off. And they tried to capture all that magic, and it just did not work. They even, holy fuck, did any of you see it, by the way?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. I just realized that A-Train is in it.
And then, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's in Resurgence.
Right. Yeah.
Because he plays the son of
Will Smith, yeah. So I feel like it was such a... It was a movie that you felt really, when you're looking at it, man, this is like such a manufactured movie. You know, it's such a calculated product that they wanted to push out to the masses, and there wasn't any much more thought into it, right? Like, one of the blaring concepts I have with it, or problems I had with it, was the idea of the Area 51 scientist. I don't even know his name. That's the thing.
Professor Oaken.
Was that his name? Was
The
that his name?
white-haired guy, right?
Yeah,
The-
yeah,
with
yeah.
the
They got the
tentacles.
glasses.
Right.
They bring him back in the second movie for whatever godforsaken reason. They said that, you know, he was in a coma, but he survived or some shit. And wait, are we doing spoilers or?
It's
Why are we
fine,
talking
dude.
about
This-
Resurgence?
Well, anyways, they brought him back. And for whatever reason, I this irks me so much because I feel like it kind of devalues any characters that have this quality or trait, you know? Like, oh yeah, he's back and he's gay now, you know? And
What?
yeah,
Is
it
that-
was such a weird thing. I'm like, why? You know, like they made a really big point about it too. And
Professor Oaken?
yeah.
Oh.
And I was
What?
like, what does that have to do with anything? You didn't even mention that in the first movie. You know, it was like, it really felt like, oh, we got to add this to the checkbox, you know, to get the gay vote. You know, it's very cheap, and it, you know, it really sucks for like movies that do actually have something important to say about that. You know, just like, oh yeah, let's make him gay. You know, that way we can just say like, we were really appealing to the gay crowd.
Yeah.
And
because everybody loved Professor Oaken.
yeah, I know. Remember that guy that died?
That's what's gonna get people to come
The
back.
guy
to
who
the
has
movie.
like 3 minutes of screen time in the first movie.
I mean, it's an important 3
No.
minutes of screen time. No peace.
Yeah. And also the other big gigantic thing that I remember feeling my eyes roll backwards into the crevices of my skull was the fact that they tried to recreate the Bill Pullman speech. You know, they even had him in a hangar and everything, and everyone just stopped what they're doing to look over. I couldn't even tell you any single fucking word from that speech. You know, it was just like, holy fuck, you're really gonna do this? Like, the speech from the original Independence Day was just so iconic, you know, because you know, as cheesy and like as over the top as this movie was, right? Like, that speech in and of itself, in a vacuum, is still really fucking good. You know, it's just so awe-inspiring and motivational to have this guy talk about like, hey, we gotta unite because we're about to get fucking annihilated. You know, like we're not fighting about like any petty differences. No, we're fighting to survive right now. It still, you know, gets me going, that fucking speech. It's so fucking good. But yeah, I mean, this movie is still really, really fucking good. I didn't see it until high school, to be honest. When I was a kid, there was this restaurant that I used to go to with my parents in Roland Heights that had a poster of this up, and I remember always seeing it.
Resurgence?
No, but what?
I can't tell sometimes with you which one you're talking about.
We're off of Resurgence. Stop
yeah, what the fuck, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
They had the poster, the theatrical poster for Independence Day up, like hanging because it was some sort of movie themed restaurant. I don't know. But the thing was about the poster, I can remember staring at it, I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. But the poster says ID4. So I was like, oh man, I have to watch 3 other movies to get caught up on this. I'm not going to fucking do that. Like, I thought all the way up until high school, until one of my friends showed me, like, there are like 4 Independence Day movies. So to make up for that fact, and to make up for the fact that there's not actually, you know, 3 other sequels to this movie, I have been watching it pretty much every year around this time of year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why is it when I look it up, it says Independence Day 2 and 3, but there aren't any additional movies outside of Resurgence?
Wow. Yeah, that is weird. Like, there's only Independence Day 1. What happened to 2 and 3? That's so fucking
Yeah, who
weird.
cares?
Why does 4 come before the Resurgence? Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. All right. But yeah, score. I have a feeling I know.
A 4 out of 7. I don't know. I can't make anything quirky out of that. Yeah,
1776.
This is a 9 out of 10.
Out of 1776.
Wow.
What about you, Stu?
Man, this watching this movie again just kind of reminded me. It's like, maybe we're getting old, but it's like, man, they don't make them like they used to.
Mm-mm.
Man, this everything about this movie was so good. Uh, Even just in the first act, the way that it sets up introduces you to all the characters and weaves all their stories in together. It was just so well done. It's got it's funny, it's interesting and exciting all at the same time. But and then plus you get into the second and third acts with the all the the action sequences, and then of course the finale. But and just especially for a movie that was done in what was it? It's 1996.
Correct.
Like a lot of the CGI and all the effects still hold up very well. Um, I didn't feel like I'm watching some like cheesy, CGI. I'm sure there's probably some CGI movies you could find today that were made recently that don't
Right.
look as good as this.
Independence Day Resurgence.
I thought we were off Independence
Yeah,
Day
we're
Resurgence.
not
Shut up,
talking-
David. We're talking here. Adults are talking.
The grown-ups are talking, David. But yeah, just everything about this movie is so good. And it really made me just because it's so good, it makes me sad thinking about what they did with the second movie. But
Right.
but for me, this movie is easily a 10 out of 10.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with you. It's 10 out of 10 for me. And if anything, watching this movie again kind of makes me appreciate seeing Top Gun Maverick. I know Top Gun is in the 80s, but seeing what they did with the follow-up movie to that and actually, you know, doing it not doing a disservice to it or just kind of just, shilling out and putting out something that everybody will just throw money at, but they actually took time to actually craft it around, making sure that it honored the original IP. It makes me really sad what they did with the Resurgence, but it makes me really appreciate what Top Gun Maverick was able to accomplish, doing the same thing. And I think I understand what you're saying. When it comes to the visual effects, um, they rely so much on CGI nowadays that they don't actually do any of the practical stuff. Like you could obviously tell that they don't have the technology. They're obviously going to be limited, but they actually had to create sets, right? Miniature sets to be able to blow up. And that is an incredible amount of detail and painstaking work that goes into that I could really appreciate. And I feel like we have lost that like blockbusterness from some of the big movies that have come out, right? Because they're so focused on CGI and stuff like that we kind of lose that edge of having that the practical effects, because there's a little bit of chaos when it comes to how some of the buildings explode and stuff like that, and you really just can't do that. You can't replicate that with CGI. It feels like for the most part. So yeah, I definitely agree with you on there. I think. Do you guys think that Resurgence would have been saved if they had gotten Will Smith to reprise his role?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of other things you got to do before you get to that point.
Yeah.
And this is probably one thing. Like, I think Resurgence fell victim to like the whole, the current Star Wars trend where you take a beloved character from the original, and then you just shit on them, like like where we last left Bill Pullman's President Whitmore. He was coming out of an F-18 after fighting aliens and shooting down alien ships and stuff in an F-18, and then we meet him again in Resurgence, and he's like a weathered shell of himself. We're like, what is this? No, this guy was flying fighter jets and shooting down aliens last time we saw him. But
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. I don't know what this motif is, where you take things people love and you just shit on them, but it's got to stop. And
Yeah.
I think that's what Maverick did very well.
Yeah,
What do you?
I feel like there are some sequels that kind of do it well. I don't know why, but I do get excited when they make sequels to like very, very old movies like that. You know, like Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think did a good job with those
Mm-hmm.
characters, right?
Right.
Top Gun Maverick, of course. Another one I thought did really well was Blade Runner, if you all have seen that one.
Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to see that's an old IP that you would like for them if they can do it faithfully, and not a reboot, but something that you guys would like to see the story continue for at least one more movie? Can you guys think of one that you guys would like?
Oof, man.
Yeah, there was one um I was tracking a while back. Is the guy? It was the director of District 9, I think, Neil
Oh, yeah.
Blomkamp.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp.
There was some story a while back about him getting together with oh my
Charles
god,
Copley.
no, Sigourney Weaver and Michael Bean to kind of do like an actual Alien 3, kind of like retconning the Alien 3 that we got.
Mm.
Um, there was like some it never got off the ground, I think, but there was some talks or discussions about them doing that, and I was really looking forward to that if they were to do it.
Yeah, it did get canned.
So that made me sad, but that would have been something I really would have liked to see.
I would have liked for them to do a better version of the of a sequel for Predators, the
Wait,
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know that they
Like
did
a,
wait,
one, but
Predators?
I
like to bring back Arnold, you mean?
yes,
I
Wait,
see.
wait, you mean you didn't like Predators?
no, I like Predator, but I didn't. Oh, the new one from
No,
The new
2010.
the new one's called The Predator.
yeah, no.
Oh
That one's dog shit.
No, the
no,
Predators
I would like to see.
is the one where they all get transported to that planet.
Yeah, Predators is with Adrian Brody. That one was decent,
Yeah, I thought that was okay. Yeah.
but yeah,
Mm.
it would have been cool for them to bring back Arnold at some point.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously wouldn't be the same. Like, obviously, he'd play the same character, but it wouldn't be to the same capacity of what he would do. But I think it'd be kind of cool to see him reprise his role, but kind of like more in a, he's been doing this for a long time. He outsmarts a little bit more. They're back for revenge. That kind of. I think that would have been cool.
So what you're
That's what I
saying is
would
you
have
want to
wanted to see.
see a new Predator movie that's more like Home Alone.
I actually
Yeah, you
remember there
mean
was
convalescent Home Alone?
there was a I don't
He's
know if this was
back.
ever true or not, but I read something a long time ago about the Predators movie with Adrian Brody and I forget who else was in it, but there was talk of some like a post credits or a deleted scene where Arnold shows up on the planet, um,
Oh,
like where like he at the end he like lands in like a thing and he comes out, he's wearing like a Predator helmet because like he's been adopted by like the Predators or something.
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if it's true or just fan fiction.
Hmm.
Oh, what about The Thing? How would you guys feel about a sequel to that?
Might be interesting.
I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
know.
like the thing to me is perfection, you know? So adding on to that is like, why would you ruin a good thing? You know, even if it might be better. Like right
That's
now, I
Hollywood.
think it's great. Just to
But they
take the
did leave
thing.
a cliffhanger for you though at the very end.
I didn't really think of it as a cliffhanger though. It was more of like
You can
I feel
decide
like
how it
that
ends.
overall ambiguousness kind of
Mm.
tied into the rest of the movie, right? It was just like, oh fuck, is he the thing or not? Is is Kurt Russell the thing? We don't
Oh,
know.
and you're saying if they were to create a sequel, it kind of ruins that mystique, and
Yeah,
you kind of lose the charm and the
Yeah, I
from
can
the
see
movie.
that.
yeah, because then you know for sure which one of them wasn't, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's better
That's
to leave
why,
it.
well, I I had like a little bit of an irk with the new Blade Runner movie just because it kind of did that too, where people weren't sure if uh, Harrison Ford was a replicant or not. And in the second movie, I guess they kind of confirmed that no, he is not a replicant. He is full human. So
2049, right?
yeah, 2049.
Okay.
But the rest of the movie was phenomenal. it was strange to get a movie like that was able to capture the essence and the same feel as the original, and even I felt like was better than the sequel. So it was one of those rare cases where I'm like, yeah, this, like Blade Runner was amazing, but holy fuck, the sequel was a million times, or not a million times better, but it was better.
Yeah, I think
Do you know if
Blade
we
Runner
got
I think Blade Runner 2049 is one of those instances where the use of CGI actually was able to enhance the
Yeah,
movie
I
rather
could see
than
that.
detract
Oh,
from
the
it.
ambiguity of it.
No. The CGI, like the use of CGI, like was actually a welcome change for this movie.
Yeah.
I see.
Um, so you can like, especially like when he goes to where was it, like when he goes to Vegas,
Yeah.
like that was intense.
Oh
So
my god, yeah, I love the visuals and all that movie, but yeah, like I'm saying, that I feel like that's like one of the very rare instances where you take like a perfected movie, expand on it, and get something even better,
Hmm. I don't know why, but when I ask the question, the only movies that keep running through my head are all Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Why do I want to see? Because I wanted to see like what would happen after the. You guys ever seen Running Man?
yeah,
I still haven't.
What? That one's so good. That would have been great. I would love to see a sequel to that. I wonder what they would do with it, but I mean, but yeah, I feel like a lot of those movies back in like the 90s and 80s tended to be, uh, you know, just solo adventures and just kind of that's it. But all right, guys, any other thoughts before we wrap this one up?
man, Independence Day, such a. I don't think they've. I can't
Chef's
think of
kiss.
like a movie that's more of a summer blockbuster of like that they've made recently that is can rival it.
It's definitely a movie where like the scope of it and just the grandeur, like everything that encompasses is just so out there, and it was very ambitious for the time too,
Hmm.
I'm really disappointed that I guess the rest of the director Roland Emmerich's movies haven't really been able to capture that. I don't know what changed. I haven't really followed like what his crew was comprised of, like whether it be like the script writer, the screenwriter, or whatever. But yeah, it was just not able to capture that kind of magic. Like, Day After Tomorrow, fucking 2012, like all that. Like I've watched them, and every time I left disappointed. I haven't seen Moonfall yet, but I don't know if I am going to see it ever. But yeah, it just didn't have like the same kind of likable characters or like anything that memorable to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, join us next week as we cover in our movie of the week, Thor: Love and Thunder. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe wherever you're getting your podcasts at. We're available on SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and Apple Podcasts. As always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm Ben.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/dose and a half Cincos. Don't forget to tip your Reiki Master. Stay safe out there, and we will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.
Bye.